On May 18, 1783, the first United Empire Loyalists arrive in what is now St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, after having their property seized during the American Revolution because of their loyalty to Britain. Many are granted land in Canada by the King. One of my great-great-great-great-grandfathers was one of these Loyalists. His sawmill had been burned to the ground by patriots, and his property seized by the state of Connecticut. He then joined the Loyalist militia in New York City in 1779. Ironically, his elder brother fought in the Continental Army during the Revolution. Despite a stipulation in the 1783 Treaty of Paris, where the U.S. promised to protect the property rights of Loyalists, my fourth great-grandfather's property was auctioned by Connecticut, and he received no compensation. He petitioned the king and was granted land in Canada. He, his wife, and their sons were among those Loyalists who landed in St. John in 1783. I had the pleasure of visiting New Brunswick in 2019 and very much enjoyed seeing the places where my ancestors took refuge. I even stood on the property my fourth great-grandfather once owned. I also found the grave of one of his sons in the old cemetery in St. George. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1863, Grant begins the Siege of Vicksburg, the last Confederate stronghold on the Mississippi River. In 1896, the U.S. Supreme Court declares segregation constitutional in the Plessy v. Ferguson decision. In 1920, Karol Józef Wojtyła is born near Krakow, Poland, becoming Pope John Paul II in 1978. In 1974, India successfully tests its first atomic bomb, becoming the world's sixth nuclear power. In 1980, Mount St. Helens erupts in what is the most destructive volcanic event in U.S. history. In 2001, the film Shrek is released in U.S. theaters, becoming a surprise blockbuster. In 2021, Johns Hopkins reports that the U.S. has surpassed 1 million deaths from COVID-19. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. How many of his 6 wives did England's King Henry VIII execute? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right next time on Today in History. You made it through Today in History. Nice work. Now treat yourself. Click the video on the right for what happened yesterday in history. Still can't get enough? The link on the left's got the whole playlist buffet. Want to make history a daily habit? Click my face in the middle to subscribe.